From the tee to the fairway to the green. From the PGA to the LPGA to the Live Golf Tour. If it's golf related, Chuck Garbedian will discuss it. It's time to tee it up for the award-winning Garbedian on Golf Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
And a good golf morning to you. It is a great day to talk about the great game of golf, simply because the weather is just spectacular outside. This is why we invented Gore-Tex. It is the multi-award-winning Garbedian on Golf. Our show sponsors include the Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort, the American Family Insurance Championship, Sweetgrass Sage Run, the Island Resort, PGA Tour Superstore, Erin Hills, Titleist, FootJoy, the French Lick Resort, the Wisconsin State Golf Association, the Wisconsin PGA, Eagle Springs Golf Resort, the Waukesha County Parks Department, Henry Flock Steakhouse, the Milwaukee County Parks Department, Ironwood Golf Course in Sussex, Old Fashioned Golf, Tap In Golf Bar in Sussex, and Waukesha and Broadlands Golf Course, a must-play. Rick Jacobson designed in North Prairie, Wisconsin, and is currently underwater. I'm guessing. All of our guests are courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. It's a spectacular Herds and Fry design. Book your must-play tee time at wildrockgolf.com. This hour of the show brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino in Northern Michigan, home of Sweetgrass Sage Run, and coming soon. As a matter of fact, it's open right now. Cedar Championship Golf at its finest, as well as first-rate accommodations. Book your trip at theislandresort.com. On the show this morning, Jeremy Goblat's going to join us in just a moment, the COO of Kemper Sports. Dex White will be with us, the owner of Beaver Dam Country Club. You can leave the music up. Bill Holowati, COO of Miura Golf. We got a lot of COOs.
I know.
Are you the COO of the show here?
I don't think so. I think I'm just here.
I think you might be. That's the other voice is Charlie Usen, our producer.
Say the rain kept you from setting something up today. That could have threw me off. You don't have your display.
No, I don't have the accoutrement. Normally I do, but I didn't bring it today. And Jeremy Santana will be with us from Shoe Linkswear. Sometimes it's distracting. Other times it's just perfect. But I didn't do it this morning.
That's fair.
Just shaking up a little bit. We're minimal today.
Oh, I see.
We're basic today.
I see.
We're just doing something a little different just to kind of throw things off a little. Doesn't make it good or bad, just makes it different. That's all it is. Just a little different. It is a business that is based on integrity. Kemper Sports treats their business, their clients, their teams, their members like family, building one relationship at a time with growth and a positive impact on the community. And here to talk more about Kemper Sports, please welcome the COO of Kemper Sports. It is the lovely and talented Jeremy Goldblatt. Jeremy, my friend, good morning. How are you?
Doing great, Chuck. Thanks for having me on this lovely Midwestern day.
Isn't it great, man? I'm telling you something. If you're someplace where you have to walk, it is something else. If you're at Sand Valley, if you're at Bandon, this is just another day on the links, my friend. You just get out there with your Gore-Tex and go play.
Yeah, we sell a lot of rainwear, a lot of layers on days like today.
Yeah, I would imagine it's kind of interesting. It's like, are you guys going to order all this stuff? Yeah, we're going to go through it. Trust me, we're going to go through all of it.
Yeah.
That's why it just
we're
works.
good.
Talk a little bit about the state of the industry. Certainly, there's been a great upheaval in the great game of golf. More people than ever are playing. More women, more kids. Also, at the same time, there are more options to playing. How does Kemper Sports balance all of that?
Well, obviously, we're in a great spot. I mean, I think participation rates, remain well above 2020 levels, and as you mentioned, it's just so different from the boom we experienced 20 years ago with just such a broad base of golfers now, younger, more women, people of color, and we have such a wide variety of golf courses in our portfolio. We get to see all these golfers participate in different ways, and so it is a balance to try to make sure that we kind of can offer products for every golfer there. But mostly it's about creating great experiences. So everyone, whether you're someone going out there to play 9 holes and aren't keeping score versus someone who's looking to play some of the top courses in the nation, these are passionate people. One's not more passionate than the other, and so we want to make sure we provide a great opportunity for them to pursue that passion.
Jeremy Goldblatt with us, COO of Kemper Sports. Find out more at KemperSports.com. Follow them on social media at Kemper Sports. All of our guests, courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells, a spectacular Herdston Fry design. Wild Rock Golf Club. Learn more. Book your tee time at wildrockgolf.com. With all the opportunities that you have, you also need outstanding people to provide the service that people are accustomed to with a Kemper Sports property. Where do you draw your talent from when you're looking for someone to join the Kemper Sports team?
Yeah, that's been probably the hardest thing with our growth is the only thing that's going to keep our growth back is great people. And the good news is you don't need to know a ton about golf. You got to care about service, have a servant's heart and hospitality, and we can kind of train the rest. And so I think it's been oftentimes when I go to a restaurant and I have great service, I'll try to grab that waiter or waitress and kind of say, what do you do in your career? Have you thought about golf? And often they haven't, but I think for us, we really want to try to grow that talent and promote from within. Some of the best leaders that we have in our company have started as card attendants or outside services folks and have risen through the ranks. In fact, our kind of executive vice president started as a outside services professional for us 30 some odd years ago. So there's some great stories like that at Kemper.
And you can have a lifetime of employment and a lifetime of enjoyment at a wonderful facility and move through the ranks. As you said, if you start as a card attendant and you show some initiative, some spunk, you have a little bit of a good head on your shoulders, you can do a lot of things in the great game of golf.
For sure. And again, you just have to love the people and the experience. And if you provide great service, that shows through. People are generally come to golf to have a good time. Sometimes we succeed at that, sometimes we don't. But if you can help facilitate that and create experiences, you get recognized in our company, and you get lots of opportunities. And the growth we've had, I think, probably the most fun about the fact that the game of golf has grown so much over the last several years is the opportunities it's created for our people to grow their careers and grow their families and support their families. So it's been really rewarding.
Down at the PGA show this past January, I had the opportunity. David McClay Kidd is a friend, so it was nice. We went down and we got to see Streamsong Bone Valley. Got to drive on the property with him. The cool thing is it'll be not played during the course of the season as it kind of grows in and gets settled, and it'll be open in the fall, which is a wonderful thing to do because it really gives the opportunity for the courts to kind of seed in and grow in. And if you don't need the revenue right away, it's kind of nice to do because when people do get on the property, they'll see an exceptional golf course. It's a new venture for Streamsong, and it's also new golf cabins on the property. It's an all-in-one package. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you. No, I was literally down there. I flew back from Tampa yesterday and looked through the cabins and Bone Valley, and I got to tell you, it's going to be spectacular. You can play it right now very easily, and I'm with you. As much as I'd like to play it, we are going to wait, and that's going to open in January 26, 27. So just around the corner, and we will have some preview plays starting in late October, I think October 30th. But it is ready for prime time, and I tell you, David is a really talented architect, as you know, and he's going to give those other guys a run for their money. I'm not going to say it's the best course out there, but it's going to give the others. There's going to be a conversation, so it's super exciting.
When we talked about the name Bone Valley, when he was on the show with me last, I think when it was, probably July. He was like, because it's Streamsong Red, it's Streamsong Black, it's Streamsong Blue. He goes, I don't know. I said, have you come up with a name for it? And he goes, no. And I said, how about Streamsong Tartan? And he goes, oh, I love that. And it was funny because we had joked about that a couple of times. So it's cool that it's called Bone Valley. The logo is really impressive. When people have an opportunity to play it, they'll be blown away by the golf course because it can be as hard as you want or as playable as you want, depending on what tee boxes you use and how the wind's blowing. But the setup itself and the situation that it's in there is nothing but outstanding for people who are going to come down and spend time at Streamsong.
Yeah, the ability. I mean, I walked it with David, and he gave me his advice on how he would play it. I was taking good notes, so I think it's definitely one you're going to want to play more than once. And obviously, the caddy program down there is so great that having those caddies that kind of help you walk through that course and entertain you on occasion is really, really fun.
Oh, they'll spin a yarn or two for you. There's no doubt about that.
Whenever I want to know what's going on at one of our facilities, I go talk to the caddies. They know before I do, typically.
Yep, that's true. Jeremy Goblet with the COO of Kemper Sports. Go to KemperSports.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Kemper Sports. Talk a little bit about how each individual property is unique to what Kemper Sports offers. A property, say, like at Streamsong, is handled differently than, say, a property abandoned or maybe at Sand Valley. They're all unique and individual. How do you see them, and then how do you fit talent into those places?
Yeah, great question. They really do have different souls. What works in Wisconsin is different than what works in Florida or in Pacific Northwest. They each really have very different visions. Each of those properties were really created, obviously, by other people. The Kaiser family and Abandon and the Michael Jr. and Chris Kaiser in Sand Valley, and then Mosaic Corporation down in Streamsong. So, our goal has always never been to impose our view on these locations. The owners have spectacular visions, and our goal is really to execute that vision and to make sure that brand stands out. So while we have 220 golf courses out there, you won't see our name on any of them, because really no one wants to go play a brand, right? People want to play a unique, one-of-a-kind course. So we really like to kind of champion our partners' brands. And so we like to be kind of the wind beneath their wings from a kind of marketing and support point of view. And then obviously you kind of lean into customs. There's so many great stories at places like Bandon and Sand Valley, and that they're very authentic. And so we don't look to impose any vision on there, except to say we want to make sure we have great people providing great service, and then we're executing on those owners' visions in a way that kind of makes everyone feel really, really good. That said, there is some, while we don't have our name in our properties, when you go to a property of great service, you have a great experience, you kind of want to say, I wonder if this is a Kemper property. That's kind of what we're trying to have people feel, so that's not so overt.
It's important to give back. Talk a little bit about the relationship with the Ever Scholars Foundation and also the First Tee, because I know those are two things that are really passionate with Kemper Sports.
The Western Golf and the Evans Scholar Program is just so impressive. It really changes lives. I'll tell you, I've hired a ton of Evans Scholars, and they've been amazing. These are young men and women who have gotten opportunity through the game of golf to get an education and become a part of a community and really do some great things out in the world. So Western Golf is something we've been very close. I'm personally involved in and donate to, as everyone should who's listening. It's just a great program it just really illustrates what golf can do for young people and for the community. And so it's certainly something that we will continue to support in a big way. And then, Kemper Sports, I think, started the First Tee in Chicago back many, many years ago. We partner with the First Tee in kind of probably 20 different states and cities. I think those who have gotten a lot out of the game, you, me, and others, feel an obligation to give back and find ways to get people into sport, and young people. And I can tell you, as somebody came to golf later in life, it's a lot harder when you come to it later. I would have loved to have learned the game when I was a little younger. And then obviously so many of these opportunities are for folks who don't have the financial means. And so some public courses where we sponsor teams, we ask our partners at equipment companies very nicely to donate equipment, which they often do, and start sponsoring teams. And it's often things like transportation and tee times that are the hardest thing for these young people to do. So First Tee these organizations are great, and they're doing great work for all of us who love the game.
Jeremy Goldblatt with us, COO of Kemper Sports. Find out more about Kemper Sports. Go to KemperSports.com. Follow them on social media on X at Kemper Sports. Talk a little bit about the group you work with on the executive level, because there's a lot of experience and character to lean on there when discussing properties or issues, challenges, celebrations. It's a good group to have your back.
No, it's been a wonderful team. You can work at a lot of different places, but it's the people you work with that make all the difference. And I think we have a kind of a Midwestern culture in our corporate office. There's not a lot of ego. Everyone's kind of competitive in a good way, but very team and collaborative. Steve Skinner, our CEO, who's been in the business for 30 years, really an inspirational leader. He leads not from in front. He's not someone who likes to get his name on center stage. He kind of is a soft-spoken in many ways, but leads with a ton of integrity and consistency and authenticity. So an easy guy to follow for all of us. And I think it's one of the reasons Kemper has done so well. And then, as you know, they're just really such a nice mix of folks who've been around there forever, and bringing in people like Matt Janella from Fire Pit Productions, to come in and help us tell stories. Andrew Fleming, we've recently brought back, who worked at the Golf Channel and Golf Now for a while and is helping us lead some new initiatives. Josh Selesnik is still very involved in helping us grow the business. So there's some great names who have seen a lot in this game who help support us. At the same time, one of the really exciting things about the growth in golf is it's attracted some new talent. We're bringing in new people to the game and some new ideas. We recently brought in Sarah Kearney appointed her as our chief marketing officer, something we've never really had before. And that's been, I've learned a ton from working with her, and it's been super exciting.
On X, Golf on CBS, they were asking players at the 108th PGA Championship at Aronimink some golf questions. I'm going to ask you 3 golf questions. These are opinion only. There is no right or wrong answer. In your opinion, what is the length of a gimme putt?
Oh, I would say 3.5 feet.
3.5 feet. Okay, good. So if I'm just outside of that, okay, I like that. What does an amateur golfer need to shoot to be considered good at golf?
I would say 95, mid-90s.
90s. Okay, I'll put 90s in there. On the green, when you're putting, is the pin in or the pin out?
Pin in.
Pin in. Okay. All right, we've got you marked down.
Sounds like there were some right and wrong answers there, Chuck. I don't know.
No, there's no right or wrong there. It's just a pin. It's, for example, for me, length of a gimme putt, there are no gimme putts. You make everything.
That's I've heard that before.
There are, in my opinion, there are no gimmies. What makes an amateur golfer need to be considered good at golf? If you break 80, you're good at golf because it's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Right or wrong? That's okay.
And
okay.
on the green, I like the pin out because it's just I'm old school that way. I just don't,
old school. Yeah.
I think it gets in the way sometimes where you're rolling a putt. It just the hole looks smaller to me with the pin in, just because the pin is dissecting the hole in a bunch of different. When it's out, it just looks like a bucket to me. So I would just much rather have it out.
It takes, I'm with you. I'm a speed guy, so I like the idea that I can just kind of putt there, and I'm frankly not good enough, obviously, for my answers to I like the excuses too. Oh, that would have
been in. Oh, that was in by a ton. Yeah. Unfortunately, you probably won't get the opportunity to play today. Hopefully, next time you tee it up, you have a great time and you get to do it at Kemper Sports property, because I've had experience with Kemper Sports. It's a blast. But I appreciate the time, my friend, and please enjoy the rest of the week.
Appreciate it. Stay dry. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you. Jeremy Goblat with us, COO of Kemper Sports. Go to KemperSports.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Kemper Sports. All of our guests for Garbedian on Golf brought to you by the Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. An amazing golf experience. Stay ahead of the game. Download the Wild Rock mobile app, which is packed with features and specials that you find only available on the app. You can download it now onto any device and then enjoy the Wild Rock experience even more. Book your tee time online today. Go to wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com. 35 miles northwest of downtown Milwaukee in the scenic Cattle Moraine. That's where you find Erin Hills, which provides a championship golf experience in a comfortable setting, so you can experience the exceptional Drumlin putting course by day or by night under the lights. Enjoy seasonal green fees right now with the tee times that are still available. Also, plan ahead. Pre-book your 2027 visit to stay and play at Erin Hills. Go to erinhills.com. Once again, erinhills.com. Milwaukee County Golf has 13 courses to choose from. That means there's an ideal course for every avid golfer. Milwaukee County Golf courses run the gamut from fun to championship and then everything in between. All Wisconsin residents are eligible to participate in the Parks Players Discount Program, where you can slice up to 50% off of your green fee every time you play. Tee it up today at mke.golf. Once again, mke.golf. At Ironwood Golf Course, there are no worries, none. Ironwood Golf Course sits on 275 acres of rolling terrain in Sussex, Wisconsin. It presents 27 challenging holes for avid golfers of all abilities. So find out more about the Callow, the Meath, and the Burn Nines at Ironwood Golf Course. Make your Ironwood tee time. Go to ironwoodgolfcourse.com. Coming up in a little bit, Dax White is going to join us, the owner of Beaver Dam Country Club. It happens right here on Garbedian on Golf, broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. played this song one time for Gary Van Sickle in a car in Arizona when it first came out. He was like, "What is this? This is awesome." Congrats.
Killers, man.
It is. It's great. Congrats to the Dream Team, Darren Clark, Ben Crane. They won the 2026 AmFam Championship. A winning score of 30 under par, TPC, Wisconsin. For more information on the AmFam Championship, go to amfamchampionship.com. French Lick is more than just a great name in the hometown of Larry Bird. It's a bucket list golf destination you got to play to believe. French Lick Resort, home to championship courses by Pete Dye and Donald Ross. There's also the casino, gorgeous historic hotels, free customized planning for golf groups. Now that I've got your attention, make the easy drive to Southern Indiana. Experience golf at the French Lick way. FrenchLick.com to get your trip on the books. FrenchLick.com. You've got to be 21 to enter the casino. If there's a gambling problem, call 800-9-WITH-IT or text ING-AMB to 53342. Titleist, the number one ball in golf. Distance yourself. The product of a decade-long quest by the Titleist R&D team gives you the all-new GTS line of medals. GTS medals deliver a unique combination of speed and forgiveness that frees you to swing as fast and easy as you want. GTS medals create a new, bolder you off the tee at every level of competitive golf. Titleist is the number one ball in golf. Go to Titleist.com. FootJoy, the number one shoe in golf, the number one glove in golf. The FootJoy Premier Series sets a new standard in golf footwear. The Premier Series is a modern reimagining of FootJoy's rich footwear history. The Premier Series developed with the aid of the world's best players and is supercharged with technology and innovation. So when it matters most, best players teed up with the quality and performance of the number one shoe in golf, the number one glove in golf, FootJoy. Learn more at footjoy.com. It is the multi-award-winning Garbedian on golf. Broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We were talking about in the break, Charlie Houston and I were talking about the fact that the some of the city, what are they called? City Connect? City Connect jerseys are terrible. Darla and I were out at a place last night having fish fry. By the way, the fish fry was outstanding.
What kind of fish was it?
Normally I have perch.
Okay.
We usually try to find a place that has perch because I like perch, but this has, and I can't remember what it is now. But it's something different. It's a different kind of whitefish, and it's unbelievable. And they only do, I've only seen it here at this place called Backstreet Pub in Waukesha. It's a little dive bar, but it has a great fish fry, and they have tots. They have tater tots. Holy, I was so happy. Is
this place like,
it's
like,
a bar.
Is it like burgers typically? Is that like their main thing? Because I think I've been there now that we're starting to talk about it.
I don't know that. We only go for fish fry. So
is it by like a Star Wars tattoo shop?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
I gotta remember the name.
Star Wars tattoo.
Yeah,
shop.
It's like a Star Wars themed tattoo shop.
I like how we stay on topic here. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I'll find the name of the
Okay, so anyway, we're sitting there last night and they had the Pittsburgh Cincinnati game on MLB Network. And I look up and I'm like, the Cincinnati jerseys are terrible because they're all black. Like the pants are black, the jerseys are black. It has little red piping on it so you can see like Cincy. They're terrible because it's end of July, beginning of August. It's 1,000 degrees outside. That's the first thing you want to do is throw on a black jersey.
Do you like black jerseys at all, or is it just like these ones?
Well, those are terrible because you could on a high screen definition TV, you couldn't tell that it said Cincy unless you really got up close and looked. It's like, who would buy that? Like it doesn't. That to me, it doesn't promote it.
Right.
It's similar to what. Now I told you how this would mesh together. It's similar to golf logos. There are certain people in the media that will wear golf logos from certain courses because it looks cool. Like you can always recognize a Masters logo. We were at an event where it was a media day for a major championship. It was up at Whistling. Okay, so we were up there for the PGA Championship, which is the PGA of America.
Right.
Okay, you don't show up at the PGA of America with an Aaron Hill shirt on because the Aaron Hill shirt is the U.S. Open, and that's the USGA. Okay. The people who oppose the PGA of America, not oppose them, but they're not
friends.
They're cool with each other. Okay. They're not pals with each other.
They're coworkers, kind of.
They're people you put up with. Let's put it that way. But you don't wear the shirt from one club to another club unless it tops your club.
Okay.
So let's say you go out to Broadlands. If you go to Broadlands and you're wearing like a Pine Valley shirt from New Jersey, which is a really exclusive club, or Shinnecock Hills, like the real one, not the U.S. Open one, you can wear that because it's like that's kind of cool that you've been there. You don't wear like another golf course in the area to another course in the area. Even if that's your best golf shirt, you don't do that.
Okay.
Just get a blank one then. Get one with no logo and just wear that.
Or just like a Nike one or something.
Anything, whatever.
Yeah.
FootJoy preferably.
Yeah.
Yes, FootJoy preferably. But I mean, you can find stuff with logo or without logo. Like I have stuff that has the Wild Rock logo on it because I'm the brand ambassador for Wild Rock.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. So I would wear that because in like WSJ events, I'm representing Wild Rock. Happy to, proud to, love Pat Stein and everybody up there, Joe Eck, the whole group. And it's one of my favorite places to go. It's been really hard this season because I haven't been able to play because of my elbow. So I've played maybe 5 18-hole rounds, I think. I'm going to try to play another one this week and see. And I figured out a way I can swing where it doesn't hurt as much. That's the key. As much.
You're getting there. That's all that matters.
But I'm going to figure out what logo to wear, and I will not be wearing a Cincinnati Reds jersey because it wasn't red. It was black. The whole thing, the pants, the jersey, the belt, everything was black. It made no sense.
Right.
They're the Cincinnati Reds. They used to be the Cincinnati Reds.
It had red on it.
Barely had red. Is this the highlight from it? No, this is St. Louis.
This is the blue. Those are the Blue Jays jerseys, the City Connect jerseys. So those are all black with blue.
Are those black?
Yeah.
Those are terrible too. You can't even tell what the number is on it. Watch the number. Watch this guy. We're watching the TV. I'm telling people what we're watching. We're in here. But look at the numbers. You can't tell the numbers on any of these jerseys. Even that close, you can't tell what that says.
I can see that's a 27. I also know Vlad Guerrero's 27.
Yes, that's what you know because they're showing a highlight of it. But those are terrible jerseys.
Well, those aren't supposed to be like the nightlife of Toronto. You're supposed to show off like the neon and stuff. That was their goal with that. Like at least it connects to the city. The Reds ones were like, oh, we're a young team who's slick and people won't see us coming, so we're having some under the radar jerseys. Like that has no connection to like the city or anything. Like at least make it connect to the city if you're gonna do a City Connect jersey.
It has no connection at all.
Also, the place I was thinking of was Mainstream Bar and Grill. That's the other restaurant.
Is that downtown?
Yes,
that's downtown Waukesha. Yeah. This is more
okay.
This is off of like Summit.
Okay,
it's called Backstreet Pub, I think. But go there. It's the food's
do.
Delicious. Island Resort and Casino, one of the Midwest's premier golf, casino, and entertainment resort destinations. Wear any logo you want in there. It's located 13 miles west of Escanaba, Michigan, scenic Upper Peninsula. The Island Resort and Casino features over 450 guest rooms, an expansive Vegas-style casino, the Horizon Steakhouse, and the new 9-hole Cedar course, which is open right now, which complements Sweetgrass and Sage Run. You're going to find your total experience at the island. Go to islandresort.com for more information. PGA Tour Superstore, the official golf retailer of the multi-award-winning Garbedian on Golf. Find everything you need and or want for your golf game at PGA Tour Superstore, 18550 West Blue Mound Road in Brookfield. Find out what's trending in equipment, apparel, technology, repairs, lessons, and so much more. PGA Tour Superstore in Brookfield, 18550 West Blue Mound Road, and also worldwide on the web at PGATourSuperstore.com. Congrats to former UW player Spencer Turch, the winner of the 125th Wisconsin State Amateur, presented by West Bend Insurance and contested at West Bend Country Club this past week. If you're interested in competition, the WSGA tournament schedule features over 100 events for men and women of all abilities. Find out more information. Go to WSGA.org. For the Wisconsin PGA, golf, more than just a game, it's a lifelong journey. The Wisconsin PGA, the leaders of Wisconsin junior golf, join them on the links this season. Their mission is to promote the game of golf by providing positive opportunities, enjoyment, and education to Wisconsin junior golfers and also their families. Learn more, reach out to a PGA professional near you, or visit whiskjuniorgolf.com. You get your golf on at the Broadlands of North Prairie. It's a beautiful 18-hole Rick Jacobson design. It's a must-play every golfing season. Broadlands is an unforgettable layout that stirs the imagination, challenges the competitive spirit, and is a treat for avid golfers of all abilities. Broadlands Golf Club in North Prairie, Wisconsin. Plan an outing, book a league, join your tee time. You can do it all by visiting broadlandsgolfclub.com. Coming up next, Dax White will join us, the owner of Beaver Dam Country Club, right here on Garbedian on Golf, broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. All guests for Garbedian on Golf brought to you by the Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. It's an amazing golf experience. Stay ahead of the game. Download the Wild Rock mobile app. It's packed with features and specials you find only available on the app. Download it now to any device and enjoy the Wild Rock experience. Book your tee time today online at wildrockgolf.com. Wildrockgolf.com. Henry Flocks in West Dallas. That's where quality service and hospitality are always a special today. Henry Flocks, a casual neighborhood steakhouse, delicious food, and exceptional bar. There's so much to enjoy. Henry Flocks, 92nd and National in West Dallas. For more information, visit henryflock.com. This season, play the home of Wisconsin golf, the Eagle Springs Golf Resort, founded in 1893. Eagle Springs Golf Resort, listed as one of the first 100 clubs established in the United States by the USGA. Eagle Springs Golf Resort, sixth-generation family-owned facility just a short ride from Milwaukee, Madison, or Chicago. For more information to make a tee time and explore, visit eaglespringsgolfresort.com. Golf outings make great company events. Plan a fun outing for your team at the Waukesha County Golf Courses. The professional staff there will make your event fun and easy with many custom packages to suit your needs. Fill out your interest form at golfwaukeshacounty.com. Drop of a name. I have so many questions in regards to our next guest, just because I'm thrilled by this. It's one of the coolest stories that you will have ever heard in the great game of golf. The club is open for years. Then there are struggles. It almost shuts down. It shuts down. Someone comes to the rescue, and the club has a renaissance. Beaver Dam Country Club is that plot line, and the renaissance is real. Here to talk more about Beaver Dam Country Club is its owner. Please welcome the lovely and talented Dax White. Dax, my friend, thank you for taking the time to come on the show.
That's quite the introduction, Chuck. Thanks.
I'm impressed with the story just because it's something I think people think about every time they get done with a round of golf and they get to the 19th hole. It's like, man, if we bought our own golf course, we could play for free. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. There are costs involved with owning a golf course, and people don't necessarily realize that. Long story short, how did this come to be that you're the new owner of Beaver Dam Country Club?
It kind of started in the pandemic. I live in Chicago, and I was just a little bit claustrophobic and thinking like, my gosh, I want to have a place to like get out of here and be able to go. And I started toying around with the idea of really just having land someplace, and stumbled across sort of the idea of golf courses. I love golf. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a bunch of land that operated as a business, made money potentially. It took years to find Beaver Dam. There were a couple other ones that I looked at, and my wife was sort of like a reluctant participant. I mean, she was fighting me with the nail, to be honest with you, but she was correctly pointing out like the mistakes of some of the ones that I looked. I looked at a course in northern Wisconsin, like very far, like 5.5 hours from Chicago, that had a very cool history, where it was the getaway property for the original Public Enemy number 9.
Oh yeah,
Chicago, like a gangster, and he built the course. It just had all this cool history, but they didn't have an operating team. It was like a husband and wife. They were retiring. They basically opened it up when they were there, and it's like, okay, well, I don't need to be driving 5.5 hours to cover the bar if somebody doesn't show up for work.
Right.
So there were issues, and then eventually started talking to the owners of Beaver Dam Country Club, met with Tony, who was the PGA Pro and still is, kept him on board, and was talking to him about financials. And right at the point where I was maybe going to make an offer, the owner died.
Wow.
And his name was Mel. And the bank immediately, he was the only person who had a guarantee on their loan. So the bank immediately put them into foreclosure. And everything essentially halted while the banks figured out what they were going to do. But I stayed in communication with Tony. He was really the key, because they had a core group. They had been struggling for years, for sure, but they had a core group of regulars that you can't lose them, right? Like you have to have your core group. And so I stayed in communication with Tony and said, Tony, you let him know, like, I'm still here. I'm waiting to see how this plays out, but don't go join other clubs. Don't, we're going to try to make this thing happen. And that process, I think from when I met with Tony the first time, I think it took 11 months or 10 months to get things resolved with the bank. And essentially it went all the way to the court steps, went up for auction. Nobody bought it. So the bank bought back, at the court step, they basically bought it back themselves. And then I was negotiating with the bank. And it was April. So it's like golf's about to happen. I'm telling Tony, like, if we can't get this done soon, like I'm not buying a club where we missed the first 3 months of season. Like it was threading the needle. But the key thing for me was Tony was having, like, he had been there even by that point, I think 20 something years, maybe 25 years. I don't want to be running day to day. I wanted to have a team in place, and I felt like they had been held back by, the owner had he owned another club in Geneva that I think was his sort of flagship. He sold that and then he retired to Florida. And I just think he'd kind of reached a point where if Tony needed money to fix up, then he would say, don't replace it, but whatever the cheapest, fix it.
Right.
And so there was just a ton of deferred maintenance, and it just felt like they were being held back by not having an owner that wanted to sort of bring it back and reinvest in it and have a longer term view of, where the value of that club really is by fixing it up and showing the locals, I make sure that Tony and the team tell everyone that comes in, like, I don't take a penny out of the course. So the busier we are, the more quickly we'll be able to hit the punch list, which we're in our third season now. That punch list is still long, but we've checked boxes. We're getting there.
It's getting shorter.
It's getting shorter, and I'm sure we'll have to just start adding to it. I was just playing with one of our regulars who's won our club championship like 8 or 10 times. An excellent golfer. His name is Dave, and he just recently retired at 55 years old. And I was joking with him. I'm like, Dave, what's the secret? How'd you manage to pull that off? And he turned to me and he said, I didn't buy a golf course.
I like Dave.
Yeah, it's sage advice, because it's a process, and there's always something. And I felt like the first season, we'd have like a really good Saturday. It's raining today. We're closed.
Right.
What a bummer. But we'd have a really great day, and then like an air conditioner would break. So like it felt like that first season. It wasn't intentional. It was sort of we spent money on whatever happened to break at that moment.
Right.
We've gotten to a point now where it's at least intentional. We sort of have like our 5-year plan of things that we want to accomplish, and it's we're having less of the like surprises. We have things that we know that need to get done, but it's more like the first thing I did. They're leased on carts that expired, and so they had no carts. We had no carts, and so we leased brand new carts, which the club usually had gotten. A nicer club. They would get them for 4 years and then get rid of them. Like we would get the carts after the 4 years.
Right.
Like that was sort of they would lease years 5 through 8. But we got brand new carts, and we've got a lease option to buy them after the end of next season. And then potentially we won't have that huge payment on carts, which will really free us up, years 5 through 8. Before then, we probably will need carts again. But at least we'll have several years there without a cart payment where we can really start to get into the list. But that took a while. It was a process to get there. And again, from my perspective, there were things that like, I'm an attorney, and I have my own law firm, but like in terms of what I enjoy about it, it's really running a small business and like thinking big picture and sort of strategically coming up with sort of like our plan. And so I wanted to do that kind of stuff, but I don't necessarily like pretend to be an expert on golf. Really, I enjoy golf. Like I'm not trying to like tell my superintendent how to get the grass, how to get the greens to roll faster.
Right. You're not going to sit there and
no.
micromanage everything, but we're going to wait. Now we're going to run out of time here in a minute, but let me ask you a couple things really quick.
Yeah.
In the research that I've done on you, the one quote from Tony Arvold, who's the PGA pro, is Dax has done what he said he was going to do. There's nothing more important or impactful than having a man of his word at the helm of an operation. That has to be incredibly gratifying for you to bring back Beaver Dam Country Club. And by the way, you can find more information on beaverdamcountryclub.com, also on social media at Beaver Dam CC. It's so cool that you had the opportunity to do this and bring this back to the community and have the community respond in kind by being there. And there are all kinds of opportunities. There's golf leagues, there's outings, there's memberships. I don't know if there's a media membership, but I'm interested in a media membership if you happen to come up with one, Dax.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll make that. Tony is great, and I do appreciate that he tries to send credit my way when he can. But I mean, the truth is, it's the boots on the ground people.
Right.
It's Tony, Brenda Mueller, who does all of our event planning and runs the restaurant. It's our superintendent, Jay Maggers. It's their team. I mean, peak season, we've got, 40, 50 employees, whereas my law firm's got 5. So like it's the HR aspects of it are a bit of an adventure. And like, thank God I have a management team that I know they care. Tony's been there 2+ decades. He wants to see it through. He wants
right.
he wants to leave that place when he retires the way he envisioned it when he started there. And Brenda feels the same way. She's been there off and on for a decade plus. Jay, our super, is from Beaver Dam. I felt like that was a critical hire for us because he was coming from Cherry Creek or Cherry Hills in Denver. I can't remember, but it's a very well-regarded private club. But he was from Beaver Dam and he wanted to come home. And I felt like, we were sort of, or still are, at sort of that sweet spot of, I'm sure I can hire someone, but they're likely going to leave 2 years later for a better regarded golf course. Like, how do I find somebody who wants to go on this journey with us and stay locked in and have the 5 or 10 year outlook as opposed to the 2 seasons, and how do I get this to another job? And so I feel like we did that with Jay because again, his family lives locally. He's went to high school there. He's coming home and he grew up playing the course. And so, we have this team of people who all want to see it go well. And we seem to have a bunch of regulars and members who are understanding. I did sort of joke with Jay recently that we've kind of, in the beginning, it was just they're glad that it wasn't a bunch of condos. They're glad
right.
they didn't lose. They're glad they didn't lose their course.
This is a living, breathing thing, and I got to cut you off because we're going to run out of time. We run up against a hard break, but I am so impressed with what you've done, and I'm so happy for your success, and I'm so happy for all the people who are up in Beaver Dam that get an opportunity to enjoy this property.
Yep, and we're like I said, we're happy to go on the journey. We hope people come check us out because that's sort of the next step. Is we have our core group of locals who get it, but I want to get the product to the point where we can justify people driving 30, 45 minutes for the value because it's going to be cheaper than Milwaukee. It's going to be cheaper than Madison, but I have to deliver a product that is still worth the drive. And I feel like year 3, we're getting there. And that's ultimately the goal is Old Hickory, which is in Beaver Dam, is a fantastic golf course. And that's sort of their bread and butter is people drive in from Milwaukee because.
Hold on one second. Dax, hold on one second. Thank you for coming on the show, first of all, and we'll come back with more of Garbedian on golf following the break. Coming up with you in just a little bit as we broadcast live from the Potawatomi Studios Sportsbook.
From the tee to the fairway to the green. From the PGA to the LPGA to the Live Golf Tour. If it's golf related, Chuck Garbedian will discuss it. It's time to tee it up for the award-winning Garbedian on Golf show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
You know, I know the guys over at Netflix. They should do a show about this show.
I think so.
Just because the off-air stuff.
I say that all the time. Like, do you know what Patreon is?
No.
It's this.
Is that an alcohol?
No.
Is that
that's Patron?
That's Patron. Okay, I was close.
Patreon's like YouTubers, people that do like online stuff. So they have all their free stuff on YouTube, and then they have a Patreon usually, which is like paid, that you give them like $2 a month or something. You can see all the behind the scenes content. You can see like longer episodes or something. I was saying we should do that for the network. And every show, you can just see the in between and hear what's going on. Some of the shows, you may not want to hear that all the time, but
I don't know. Might be kind of interesting. This is the multi-award-winning Garbedian on Golf, and our show sponsors include Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort, the American Family Insurance Championship, Sweetgrass Sage Run, the Island Resort, which includes Cedar, PGA Tour Superstore, Erin Hills, Titleist, FootJoy, the French Lick Resort, the Wisconsin State Golf Association, the Wisconsin PGA, Eagle Springs Golf Resort, the Waukesha County Parks Department, Henry Flock Steakhouse, the Milwaukee County Parks Department, Ironwood Golf Course in Sussex, Old Fashioned Golf, the Tap-In Golf Bar in Sussex and Waukesha, and Broadlands Golf Course, a must-play Rick Jacobson design in North Prairie, which, by the way, has no carts today because it's raining. Found that out from Andy Stasek, who's out there, had to open the place.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. I would say.
Yeah, because they'd be hydroplaning all over the place. All of our guests are courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin does a spectacular Herds and Fry design. Book your must-play tee time at wildrockgolf.com. This hour of the show brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino in Northern Michigan, home of Sweetgrass, Sage Run, and Cedar, the new 9-holer. Championship golf at its finest, as well as first-rate accommodations. Book your trip at islandresort.com. Yeah, what's it called? Pater? What's it called?
Patreon.
Patreon? Whatever.
2 seconds ago. How'd you forget it?
Let me tell you something. My short attention span, Peter, is pretty good. I don't waste any time with stuff I don't need, and I don't need that because you've got it.
Fair enough.
That's why I'm here to do this part. I do the heavy lifting. You take care of the Patron or whatever it's called. I don't care what it's called. Since 1957, the story of Miura Golf has been one of family passion and precision. On the hosel of my set of Miura irons is the word genuine. That is what Miura Golf aspires to be and is. It is a genuine piece of equipment that is made from the finest materials, crafted to be the most incredible irons you will ever swing. Here to talk more about the Miura story, please welcome one of my all-time favorite people on the planet to the show from Miura. It is the COO, Bill Holowati. Hello, Billy boy. How are you?
Chuck, it's been too long. Great to hear from you. And I learned something this morning too. Patreon. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
None of us know that, but we're all aware of it now, and we're just going to make more money than we've ever made before.
Well, let's not get carried away, Chuck.
Okay. That's probably good advice. How are things at the world's finest makers of forged golf clubs?
Well, awesome. It continues to do me a lot of good, or you a lot of good, to have golf be so relevant. Always a news story, always something happening out there. And from our standpoint, I think it was last year we last talked. Miura's son, the patriarch of the Miura family, passed away.
Yep.
But his son Shinye, his other son Yoshitaka, and now a grandson are all intimately involved in the business. And we haven't missed a step or missed a beat, although his legacy will always be guiding us. And it's been a good year for Miura Golf.
There is nothing like a Miura iron. What's the feedback that you receive when folks finally have the opportunity to swing one? I would imagine it is one of elation and glee.
Well, as you know, Chuck, I've been doing Miura since the early 2000s.
Yep.
And I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody, related the story of the first time they hit a Miura iron. And anecdotally, I'll give you one example. You may be familiar with a golf writer named Lauren Rubenstein.
Oh, yeah.
Lauren's done books with Tiger, with Nick Price. And the first time, and he really summarized the feeling. He said, Bill, I've been playing golf for over 40 years, and today I felt something I've never felt before. And that could be the biggest compliment we've ever heard. The feedback from the club head through the shaft, through the grip, into the hands and arms. And I think we've all experienced times in our lives where our playing partner said, oh, that sounded good.
Right.
That, that's the feeling that you're going to get a lot of times when you hit the Miura irons.
Bill Holowati with us, COO of Miura Golf. Go to MiuraGolf.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Miura Golf Inc. All of our guests, courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells, a spectacular Herdston Fry design. Wild Rock Golf Club. Learn more, book your tee time. Go to wildrockgolf.com. I was watching the Adam Scott video on YouTube. Miura has some iconic names associated with their equipment. Still, it has to be a thrill to see someone at the highest level put the ball to the face of a Miura iron. He really enjoyed the process.
No question. And that's a great video. It gives you an inside, intimate look to the factory, to his experience there. I guess Adam Scott would always be referenced as one of the nicest swings golf has ever produced.
Yeah, beautiful.
He is and has been what we affectionately refer to as a gearhead. And so that whole process of how the clubs were made, the attention to detail, the 14-step proprietary manufacturing process where, there's a Miura craftsman handling those clubs at every step of the way. And I think that's often lost in today's, this is a general statement, but,
right.
We want instant gratification. Mass production is everywhere. Here's a case where each club head is ground by hand, polished by hand, finished by hand. And, there's a good chance if you're playing Miura irons that you've got one of the Miura boys or namesakes, Yoshitaka, for example, with his DNA on your club head. So those club heads all look the same, but they're all different. And tolerances plus or minus half a gram. And those are all things that Adam Scott, as one, was just amazed at. Miura-san used to occupy the #1 chair on the grinding line. Even Adam Scott didn't get to sit at his chair, but there have been 3 people at the chair. Obviously, Miura-san himself, Japanese golfer Issei Aoki,
right.
sat there with Miura-san over his shoulder. And of course, what Miura-san referred to as the happiest day of his life when Jack Nicklaus visited the factory and Jack sat at the chair where Miura-san was. So that's whether it's Adam Scott, Jack Nicklaus, Isao Aoki, absolutely happy days for the Miura family who don't go seeking the spotlight, but when it finds them, there's certainly some pride there.
Bill Holowati with us, COO of Miura Golf. If you've never experienced a Miura Golf iron, by all means do go to MiuraGolf.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Miura Golf Inc. In looking at the product line, there are a variety of iron styles to select from. How does one choose, quote unquote, the right iron for their style of play?
Well, I mean, again, great question. And I don't, obviously from specifically, there's so many great options out there in the marketplace to be fitted for clubs, to experience, put a club in your hand and see what fits your eye. And those are all available on the website, as you've referenced. There's a dealer locator there and easy to find someone near you. But to answer your question specifically, I don't think Miura-san ever wanted to pigeonhole anybody into a specific category. That said, we have clubs in all categories, whether you're a top amateur, professional, low handicap, mid handicap, or even somebody coming in relatively new to the game. So there is something in every category, but one of the things that I'm most proud of with the clubs is, an open mind as to what you want out of a golf swing. Is it, you want to hide your bad shots, or do you want to reward your good shots? And in that case, any iron can fit the bill. One of the real interesting aspects I have from a customer who reached out to me. He went in and was fitted for clubs, and he wanted to try the Miras, and he ended up getting something where the data was, ideally your dispersion with this particular iron is good, your distances are good, it's the best one based on what the data says. And he said, every time I looked at the club, I said, I don't like the looks of this. It doesn't fit my eye. The Mira fits my eye. And no, the data says this. Anyway, he ended up purchasing the other set. And he said, every time I went to the golf course and set the club down at address, I wasn't happy.
It bothered him.
It bothered him. And so, the design of golf clubs it's not just the head itself. It's the hosel. It's what frames the ball. It's what makes it pleasing to the eye when you set up. And you can hit good shots regardless of your handicap ability. So I think, generally speaking, you can tell the muscleback blade would fit the better player. The IC 602 fits someone who's looking for a little help, but there's something for everybody there.
I'm an equipment nerd. I find it fascinating that the MC 502 copper irons, because copper is an interesting choice. How does that differ? What does it offer that a forged steel does not? Is it a finish, or is it copper?
Well, no, it's a finish for sure. And one of the appealing parts of it is, again, what I was just referencing, how it looks to you.
Right.
The copper is really cool because it will develop its own patina, unique to the golfer. So, the more you play with it, the more it polishes it. I always do the comparison to your baseball glove. The more you play with it, the more you oil it, the more you put it in there. You can have, 100 different baseball gloves with different players, and not all of them look the same, but it's based on how they use it. Now, the interesting thing about all our finishes is it's not just a marketing thing. That copper finish has to look, feel, and sound like a Mira club. So it's no good putting a new finish on there if you take away the feel that Mira delivers. In the case, there's tremendous research going into, if we put this finish on it, does it change the way the ball feels? Does it change the way the ball performs? And once we're satisfied with that, once the Mira family's satisfied with that, then it's a go. So our black finish is the same, the copper finish, and I agree with you, Chuck, it's my favorite. And the long-awaited or the long tradition of the satin finish, which Mira is famous for.
As well as an equipment nerd, I'm a putter guy. So talk a little bit about how the KM008 putter came into existence and into the lineup, because it's a fascinating piece of equipment.
Well, and that it is. The KM008, a real small blade putter. It came in, it was originally developed in about the year 2000. And at that time, heads were becoming larger. Companies were developing and manufacture heads that not only in irons offered greater distance and directional stability, if you will, but as they started to get larger, Mirasan felt like the way to it wouldn't be a conscious decision to buck the trend,
right? But
he wanted to stay true to the basic performance and shape of putters. And as it related to the KM08 or 008, the weight accuracy, the dimensional accuracy, the density of that putter, that was paramount to him. And that was one way he could deliver what he called maximum effectiveness with minimum effort. And the result was an unprecedented feel and performance in this putter. And one of the things that the larger putter heads had to follow is a stiffer shaft to add stability to that larger head.
Right.
Well, with the KM08, the small blade putter, there was a little softer head or softer shaft that was available. And what you found with that is a better feel. You felt like you were swinging the head or putting the head as opposed to moving the shaft.
Bill Holowati with us, COO from Miura Golf. Go to MiuraGolf.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Miura Golf Inc. One of the things that I enjoy about the product is that it's a Miura. It's not just a name, it's a legacy. If your name is on the product, it better be everything you want it to be, because that's your name out there every day.
Most certainly. And I think I just gave you a little bit of an oversight there. It's gotta meet their standards. And, I think what we've developed, with our company, globally is a culture where it's the Miura family name, but you're representing that family more than you're representing the product. And that way, you can speak to your product with passion. I tell our guys all the time, my reason for being, associated with that family for over 35 years is I get to wake up every morning and sell the best forged iron arguably in the world. And that's with that name on it. You're 100% right, Chuck. It's something special.
I love the fact now, too, that there's gear out there for Miura, because remember when quarter zips were all the rage, everybody had to have a quarter zip, and then it moved to hoodies. I have no idea what's next, but as an idea guy, I got to give you this. When you do Miura, like over the left breast, you have to have genuine on the sleeve somewhere so that people know it's a genuine Miura.
Well, that's a little bit of the byproduct of success is, you start to see,
you see people wearing it around. Yeah,
absolutely. And they're proud of it, right? Like, we sell head covers and for drivers, and we don't make drivers because people want to champion the name. So we'll put that on the to-do list, Chuck.
Appreciate that. All right. CBS did a little thing with the 108th PGA Championship in Aronimink. I just want to get your opinion on something. There's no right or wrong answer. What is the length of a gimme putt for you, in your opinion?
That's a good question. Inside the leather has always been the sort of the marker, with the longer putter shafts and whatnot.
Sure.
We have to be specific, but I'm somewhere in that 18-inch range. Although I don't, for golf, it's about enjoying the game. The guys I play with on men's night, it's putt 'em out.
Yep.
And I've missed my share of 12 to 18-inch putts, when you just think you want to rake it in. But I love the fact that, keep up with the group in front of you and, enjoy the game, because nobody remembers the putt a year from now.
We'll get you a KM 008 just to make sure that you don't miss anything. What does an amateur golfer need to shoot to be considered good at golf?
I think if you can, I think a good amateur player is a single digit handicap. A single digit handicap playing to their handicap is going to shoot, 80s, and get hot, shoot 74, and have a bad day and shoot 82. So I would recognize someone like that as a good golfer.
Okay, so when you're on the green, last question, when you're on the green putting, are you pin in or pin out?
I'm a pin out guy.
Yay.
Always have been. But you know what? When I step on the tee, and if I haven't played with somebody, I'm asking the question, what do you prefer? I give them what I prefer, and we always find a compromise. That's a great thing about golf and golfers. You're not only thinking about yourself, but hopefully you're giving consideration to what somebody else in the group wants.
What I prefer, my friend, is to spend some time with you, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time this morning. You enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you getting up early, and we'll get together soon.
Chuck, my pleasure. Always great to hear from you. In this day and age where celestial radio is having some challenges and everything being run by the big corporations, it's honestly fantastic that you've survived for as long as you can and thrived for as long as you can. You're a gem as well, and my best to you and your listeners for continued success. And let's meet up on the course sometime.
Talk to you soon, my friend. Bill Holowati with us, the COO of Miura Golf. Go to MiuraGolf.com for more information. Follow them on social media at Miura Golf Inc. All of our guests are courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells, an amazing golf experience. Stay ahead of the game. Download the Wild Rock mobile app. It's packed with features and also specials that you find available only on the app. You can download it now onto any device and enjoy the Wild Rock experience. Go to wildrockgolf.com to book your tee time online today. Wildrockgolf.com. Henry Flocks in West Dallas. That's where quality service and hospitality, always the special of the day. Henry Flocks, the perfect spot for a post-round beverage with over 40 martinis, ice cream drinks, and specialty cocktails. What were we talking about? Patron?
Patreon.
Yeah, that too.
But they probably have Patron at Henry Flocks.
I'm pretty sure they do. There's so much to enjoy. Henry Flocks at 92nd and National in West Dallas. For more information, visit henryflock.com. This season, play the home of Wisconsin golf at the Eagle Springs Golf Resort. It was founded in 1893. Eagle Springs Golf Resort, ranked 23rd best 9-hole course in the world by Golf Magazine. Eagle Springs Golf Resort, 6th-generation family-owned facility, just a short ride from Milwaukee, Madison, or Chicago. Eagle Springs Golf Resort. For more information to make a tee time, explore, visit eaglespringsgolfresort.com. Waukesha County Golf Courses, where your next best game awaits. Discover the lush greens and rolling hills of Waukesha County Golf Courses. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, Waukesha County Golf Courses offer something for everyone. Enjoy breathtaking views, challenging fairways, and a welcoming community of golfers. For more information, visit golfwaukeshacounty.com. It's the multi-award-winning Garbedian on Golf, broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, and it's powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have something special down here at Birdland this evening. A recording for Blue Note Records.
Congrats to the Dream Team. Darren Clark, Ben Crane. They won the 2026 AmFam Championship, a winning score of 30 under par at TPC, Wisconsin. More information on the AmFam Championship, go to amfamchampionship.com. If you haven't gotten a golf trip on the calendar yet this season, still time to make it happen at the French Lake Resort, the only place you can play courses by Pete Dye and Donald Ross together on the same property. You can play both championship courses through the fall when you book the Hall of Fame package. Golf season lasts well into the fall in southern Indiana, and you'll be glad you teamed it up with a trip to French Lake. Go to FrenchLake.com and start planning. That is FrenchLake.com. You have to be 21 to enter the casino. If there's a gambling problem, call 809-WITH-IT or text ING-AMB to 53342. Titleist, the number one ball in golf. You want to distance yourself? The product of a decade-long quest by the Titleist R&D team gives you the all-new GTS line of medals. GTS medals deliver a unique combination of speed and forgiveness that frees you to swing fast and easy. With GTS medals, create a new bolder you off the tee. At every level of competitive golf, Titleist is the number one ball in golf. Go to Titleist.com for more information. FootJoy, the number one shoe in golf, the number one glove in golf, and the FootJoy Premier Series sets a new standard in golf footwear. The Premier Series is a modern reimagining of FootJoy's rich footwear history. The Premier Series is developed with the aid of the world's best players, supercharged with technology and innovation. When was the last time you were supercharged? Anytime recently?
I don't think with technology and innovation myself.
Okay. When it matters most, the world's best players tee it up with the quality and performance of the number one shoe in golf, the number one glove in golf. FootJoy. Learn more at footjoy.com. Tap In Golf Bar in Waukesha and Sussex open all season long and offer the best in indoor golf. Think they're busy today?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Today feels like a good day for them to be busy.
Today would be a good day to be inside. Enjoy date night, master and team building event. Get out of the rain and celebrate with friends. Tap In Golf Bar, a unique venue to not only take in the game, but play the game. Enjoy indoor golf simulators, spirits, food, and sports when you want them all season long at the Tap In Golf Bar. No slow play, climate controlled, no lost golf balls. All to go along with a fully stocked beverage center and great food. The Tap In Golf Bar in Waukesha and Sussex. Find out more. Go to tapingolfbar.com. It is the multi-award winning Garbedian on Golf here on the the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. It's pouring. I just looked out the window because a minute ago I just wanted to say it's still pouring. It isn't raining any less than it was last night.
Yeah, it's actually raining more than last night, I think. When I was driving home from the brewery, it was not raining like this. That's for sure.
Now, when you say when you're driving home from the brewery from doing the post game show,
no, the brewery. So
the brewery
where I work.
Oh, that's right. Because you work at what is it called?
Raised Grain Brewing
Company.
Company.
Let's just give them a mention. Rain forecasted for the next hour, and then it's only an 80% chance for the rest of the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the radar looks great too. Sunday's supposed to be partly cloudy and 77. Monday, 80 degrees and sunny. Tuesday, 82 and sunny. So it'll at least be
okay.
I mean, we need the rain. I'm not arguing the fact that people go nuts because it's like, well, it has to rain. Yes, I understand that. I mean, have you ever seen the Truman Show?
I have seen the Truman Show.
See, the nice thing would be like if you could control things like they do in the Truman Show. If you could have it rain from like 2 to 4 every night, just enough just to get everything just moist and wet and revitalized and growing.
I feel isn't that what sprinklers are?
Yeah, but have it do it naturally.
That's
fair. This has been raining since what, yesterday? I mean, it's been pouring.
Since about 4 o'clock yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Niznansky out at the Zaki County Fair, and he was like, it's gonna be, it's fine. I'm like, it's pouring here, Niz. I almost called him because it was like, dude, it's raining.
It's coming, man.
And the funny thing is we did the Mac Fun tournament this week, Monday at Bristlecone Pines, and they were prepared to do the whole thing, and it was delayed an hour because of the rain. Because that thing that cell came through like right around 11.
Right.
I was in the parking lot. There were a group of us that were trapped in the parking lot in our cars. 2 of the guys that were in our group, Brian Wolf, and I think Eric, they were inside the building. So I called Brian and said, what's going on? He's like, they're going to make an announcement in 10 minutes. There were literally a bunch of us that were in cars just idling in the parking lot because it was raining so hard. And Bristlecone is set up where the building is and where the parking lot is. It's like eons away. So as soon as you get out of the car, first of all, you're stepping into water that's over your shoes.
Of course.
Because it's pouring and it has no place to go. Then you have to try to get to the building, which you can't get to without getting soaking wet. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait till. So I set my alarm and took a nap in the car because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a nice walk when it's not pouring
When
out.
it's not pouring, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
So then we got to it calmed down enough that you could get in the building. Went in, had lunch. They were going to start around 1 instead of noon. We got on the golf course. They did the opening ceremony. It was really cool. Mike Bilowski was there. Johnny Mack was there. John McLaughlin. We played 5 holes.
Mhm.
We birdied 5, 6. We eagled 7. We birdied 8. We're on the 9th hole. They blow the horn because you could see it. Like there was a cloud that was circling around us, and it was like, we have to get out of it.
You played as long as you could.
We were on the 9th fairway, and it was cart path only. We're on the 9th fairway. We'd walked over from the cart path, and groups were racing past us. And we're like, where are you guys going? They're about to blow the horn. Okay, great. So it was over. I mean, we were doing. Technically we won.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to give.
Take the technicality.
I'm going to give us a win for us and the Natty Oaks folks. We won.
There you go. Yeah,
it was fun. Island Resort and Casino in Michigan, Scenic Upper Peninsula, one of the Midwest premier golf casino and entertainment resort destinations. 36 holes of award-winning championship golf. The new 9-hole Cedar course, the package with Sweetgrass and Sage Run. You can build a stay-and-play package that ticks all the boxes for you and your group. 450 guest rooms, great food, Vegas-style casino. The Island Sportsbook, it's all there. You're going to find your total experience at the Island. Go to islandresort.com for more information. PGA Tour Superstore, the official golf retailer of the multi-award-winning Garbedian on golf. At PGA Tour Superstore, they have simulators. Think those are busy today?
Yes.
All day long.
Most likely.
Find everything you need and or want for your golf game, including Gore-Tex at the PGA Tour Superstore, 18550 West Blue Mountain Road in Brookfield. Find out what's trending in equipment, apparel, technology, repairs, lessons, so much more. PGA Tour Superstore, the most popular brands. Experience exceptional service. Enjoy the best that the great game of golf has to offer. PGA Tour Superstore in Brookfield, 18550 West Blue Mountain Road in Brookfield. Worldwide on the web at pgatoursuperstore.com. Congrats to former UW player Spencer Turtz, the winner of the 125th Wisconsin State Am presented by West Bend Insurance and contested at West Bend Country Club this past week. If you're interested in competition, the WSJ tournament schedule features over 100 events for men and women of all abilities. And for only $50, you're going to receive your official handicap index along with other great benefits. Find out more information at WSGA.org. Show your love of golf in Wisconsin and support a great cause by obtaining a Wisconsin golf license plate for your vehicle. Proceeds from the plate go to the WPGA Junior Scholarship Fund and PGA Hope Wisconsin. For more information, go to whiskjuniorgolf.com. Coming back with Jeremy Santana from True Linkswear. That'll be next right here on Garbedian on Golf, broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. All guests for Garbedian on Golf brought to you by the Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. An amazing golf experience. Stay ahead of the game. Download the Wild Rock mobile app. It's packed with features and specials you find only on the app. You can download it now onto any device. Then you'll enjoy the Wild Rock experience even more. Book your tee time online today at wildrockgolf.com. Wildrockgolf.com. 35 miles northwest of downtown Milwaukee, the scenic Kettle Moraine. That's where you find Aaron Hills providing championship golf experience in a comfortable setting. Spend the day, create a memorable overnight visit. Rounds of golf on the site of the 2017 United States Open and the 2025 U.S. Women's Open. Seasonal green fees right now with the tee times that are still available. Also, plan ahead, pre-book your 2027 visit to stay and play at Aaron Hills. Go to aaronhills.com. aaronhills.com. Milwaukee County Golf has 13 courses to choose from. They're underwater today, but that always means that there's an ideal course for every avid golfer. Milwaukee County Golf Courses run the gamut from fun to championship and everything in between. Tee it up today at mke.golf. Again, program information for all Wisconsin residents who are eligible to participate in the Parks Players Discount Program. You get to slice up to 50% off of your green fee every time you play. Go to mke.golf. Ironwood Golf Course, nowhere is none. Ironwood Golf Course sits on 275 acres of rolling terrain in Sussex, Wisconsin. It presents 27 challenging holes for avid golfers of all abilities. Find out more about the Callow, Meath, and Burn Nines at Ironwood Golf Course. Make your Ironwood tee time at ironwoodgolfcourse.com. Without further ado, truth be told, I love the folks at True Linkswear. There's a vibe, a feeling that is unlike any other golf shoe brand. For example, if you go to X on their social media posts, you'll see under the banner that says, quote unquote, "We make golf shoes that look good and don't suck so you can enjoy the walk on and off the golf course." That's a quote. Here to talk more about True and all they have to offer you and your walk, please welcome one of my all-time favorites from True. It is Jeremy Santana. Jeremy, my friend, how are you?
Chuck, doing good, man. Thank you so much for having me today.
Are you warm and dry? Because it has been pouring here all day, yesterday and today, and it is just raining today.
Yeah, I mean, typically the rain is my story, but this summer's been a beautiful summer for us up here, and it's a gorgeous morning. It's about 70 degrees, and the sun's breaking, so looks like it's going to be a good one for me.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. It is always fun to catch up at the PGA Merchandise Show. How is that week for you and the interaction with folks that's important to you and also to True? Because I know you develop a lot of relationships there. You extend a lot of relationships there. It's good for everybody.
Yeah, PGA Show week is always, I mean, it's a wild week. You know that.
Yes.
As good as anyone. But for us, we're a small team, and it's definitely a all hands on deck deal. So you definitely have some of like the major players in the space that hire out and have contractors building their stuff, and they kind of show up and get to point their finger where things go and oversee. But for the True squad, we are legitimately packing up trailers and putting all the furniture, any rug that's going, all the merchandise. We kind of, we're hand picking and packing it all in a trailer and sending it off. And then we get there early and hit the ground running. So it's as soon as we show up in Florida, we're to the convention center and we're building. So my brother-in-law is actually a contractor, and he comes down every year with us for the last 4 years. So we've had more help than in years past, these past couple of years, but he gets to building, and it really is. It's Jason Moore, our CEO, and Jessa, my little sister, who's in the design team with us, and myself, kind of overseeing that build with my brother-in-law, Justin, and we're just all hands on deck. It's a wild week, but it is a blessing each and every year because we spend, the majority of our time just locked away, grinding on product and traveling to Asia and dreaming up new stuff. And we're bouncing ideas off of each other, and we're getting a little bit of feedback throughout the year, but it really is that one week where we get to see faces and see people interact with the product and get to hear firsthand response. The sales guys get that year round, but for us on the design and development side, it truly is a year that it's eye-opening for us. It's always encouraging, and we get some critical feedback that we take to heart, and we really do run with it. So
It's funny too because you have the opportunity to spend time with family, which is really key because that's what True Linkswear is all about. Basically, is it's a giant community of family that happens to play the great game of golf.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a running joke here at True. It really is a family business, but I've known Jason and Ryan Moore since I was about 9 years old. We met in a junior golf tournament, and Jason and I kind of hit it off. We're in the same age group. Ryan a few years older than us, but we spent, every summer, every day together pretty much playing golf. And then the school year would ensue and we'd break because we were in different districts. But yeah, every summer growing up playing golf, we lived together, did college together, traveled with Ryan for a bit for a few years when I first got out of high school when he was on the PGA Tour and Jason was caddying. But you have Jason's cousin, who's our VP of marketing, Brandon Wallach, Jessa Barth, my little sister, who's our design director. Jason, like I said, grown up with him since I was 9. So it really is a family affair, and we just keep adding new pieces here and there, but they all seem to be family members linked by blood or just, long-standing relationships. So really high-level trust. There's some friction that comes with that every once in a while, but it's one that we wouldn't trade for the world. So
Jeremy Santana with us from True Linkswear. Go to truelinkswear.com to see all the latest and greatest there. Also follow them on social media at True Linkswear. A couple things for you. Have you discovered that folks just don't know how to purchase golf shoes? And have you also discovered that folks really don't know what size they actually wear?
Sizing is tough.
Right.
Yeah. Sizing is really tough because every brand kind of does it different. And even within, a specific brand, you have especially guys that are producing, hundreds of thousands or millions of pairs of shoes every year. That means that they have factory lines kind of spread all over the place. So even though they might have some standards in regards to equipment that they're using and processes and sizing, there's always going to be variation. When you have stuff being produced in Vietnam and Korea and China and South America, you get them all shipped to one central location and warehouse for distribution, but there's going to be small variation. So we are blessed in the sense that we have a pretty small network of factory that we are at very often. So we are firsthand on the ground in our couple of factories that we're building. So we get to be there. And that, when I say we, it's Jason, myself, Jessa. About 5 times a year now, we're over in Asia and visiting our factories that have become like family to us. And but we are in the sample rooms. We're on the production lines. It is the 3 of us walking around with our 2 techs that we have there full time. So we are pretty proud of the consistency within our fit at this point. But it's been a struggle even to get consistent within our own business. But then when you have guys that are accustomed to wearing FootJoy and Nike and Adidas and Under Armour, and they're trying to figure out what do they wear in True, it's always interesting that first try. But once you find your fit in True, at this point, I think you can rest assured that if you're a 9 in anti-gravity, you're going to be a 9 in all day, and you're going to be a 9 in our spiked models. At least that's what we're shooting for.
There are more than 500,000 more than satisfied customers wearing True Linkswear. How much fun is it for you to come up with ideas, put them into play, and then see the reaction from folks when you bring them out to market?
Yeah, it is fun. We love ideating, dreaming, and trying to figure out what's next. That's definitely a joy in the process of footwear. And then the in-between time from that initial idea to initial sketch, there's a lot of, banging heads, a lot of stuff that doesn't feel exactly fun. But really it is just an obsession trying to make the best of the best. And we are not considered a major player in this space as of yet. We consider ourselves forever the underdog. When you're going up against the likes of Nike and Adidas and FootJoy, it's like we don't really get to take a day off. So there's a lot of stress involved, a lot of hard work involved, but it is something that the three of us enjoy. And then that next phase of when you do finally get to see it on feet and get to hear customers' reactions, we are continually blown away by the feedback, because I would say at least for the last 5+ years, it just seems to be getting more and more positive. Products are getting, more well received each and every drop. I mean, this last year has kind of blown us away. It feels like the grace of God and a lot of hard work that is it's come into fruition in a really cool way.
Well, good things happen to good people, my friend, and you're one of the best, and I always appreciate you taking the time. I know we had a hard time scheduling this and getting it all together, but I'm glad we had an opportunity to spend a little time together. I look forward to seeing you soon down in Orlando. It'll come up before we know it, because it's summer now, but soon we'll be back in Florida doing it all over again.
I know, it keeps coming back. I look forward to it every year, Chuck.
My friend, all the best to you and yours. I'll talk to you soon. I have a couple of the Future Staples overshirts coming my way. I want to try that and see what that fits like, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I'm sending you some anti-gravities too, so shoot me a text with your shoe size, and I'll make sure to include that in your pack, because I want you to get these on your feet.
I appreciate that, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
You too, Chuck. Thank you.
Jeremy Santana with us from True Linkswear. Go to truelinkswear.com for more information. Follow them on social media at True Linkswear. Our thanks to everybody involved with the program, including Charlie Houston, who keeps things on the rails most of the time.
Yeah.
Jeremy Goblat with us, COO of Kemper Sports. Dax White with us, the owner of Beaver Dam Country Club. Bill Holowati, the COO of Miura Golf. Jeremy Santana from True Linkswear. All joining the program courtesy of Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. A spectacular Herdsden Fry design. Go to wildrockgolf.com. And every hour of the show brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino in Northern Michigan, Sweetgrass, Sage Run, and Cedar, the new 9-hole course. Book your trip at islandresort.com. Enjoy your weeks. Try to stay as dry as you can. All the best, and let's tee it up. It's Garbedian on Golf.